Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Among the Stars Celebrity Perfume Reviews. So I am extremely happy to finally be doing this review, and this review I've been wanting to do. I wanted it to be my first review of the year, but it didn't end up being that way because it took me so long to get this fragrance. And I'm deeply sorry because I know you guys are always looking for me to get the new fragrances rather quickly, and I felt so bad when I didn't get this one as fast as I possibly could have. It is Katy Perry's Spring Rain. So excited to finally be having this. I was a little nervous on this because some of the people who did have it and know the fragrances I like were kind of on the fence if I would like it or not. And I'm going to say I love this fragrance. Before I even get into the review, I love this fragrance. So Katy Perry's Spring Rain is a limited edition spin-off to Katy Perry's Killer Queen. It's similar to how they did Royal Revolution, where it was Killer Queens, Royal Revolution was Killer Queens, Royal Revolution, this one is Killer Queens Spring Rain. And I will tell you guys, my only downfall to this perfume was last February of 2014, we got the spin-off for Oh So Sheer. And my issue with it was, this was a lighter, springy version of Killer Queen, and it bothered me only because when they released they're doing it this time, I was afraid it was going to be too similar to the original before they even announced the notes, when we just found out about it being released in Australia, because this fragrance just simply got released to Australia. It didn't really get any announcement before it just kind of showed up. It kind of just blew up all over Twitter with people posting pictures, or retweeting pictures that somebody posted of it being in store at whatever store it happened to be at in Australia. I think it was My Beauty Spot, and then ended up showing up to Priceline and Chemist and stuff like that. But it just showed up, and people were buying it. Nobody knew the notes for it. And then about 2-3 weeks later, it finally got officially announced. We finally got the notes for it. So on and so forth. And then it took until March 1st for it to finally get released here in America. And it went to Ulta first, where we got the 30 ml, which is what I have here. And I waited because I was hoping it would go to Macy's, and it never did. It still hasn't. But I'm not sure exactly what happened, why it didn't go to Macy's, if it's just an Ulta exclusive, what it's planning on doing, but it did just go to Ulta first, and it was kind of cool because not only when you bought the fragrance, you got the fragrance, but rarely do they ever do this with the 30 mils, but you also got a free bag, which I really like this bag because it's kind of like a tie-in of all the bags put together, and then it's kind of got, on top of that, it even adds with this like picnic blanket look and texture to it, but I love this idea of it kind of looking like all three of the perfumes mixed together, but whatever. So, definitely will say, love the bag. You guys know I'm obsessed with the Katy Perry bags. My other thing I really like about this fragrance, besides just the fragrance, is the ad. Now, the ad this time is one of my favorite ads that Katy has done, simply because it's this kind of like artistically painted, watercolory, sort of like acrylic paint looking portrait of Katy laying on this couch with flowers all around her and so on and so forth, and she's wearing this pretty yellowy pink dress. Beautiful ad that really kind of ties in with the box, because on the box we have the Katy Perry logo with that butterfly up there. Then it says Killer Queens Spring Rain Katy Perry Limited Edition Eau de Parfum Spray 30 ml 1 fluid ounce, and then you got like these like watercolory acrylic sort of flowers all around the box. The box is this pale pink color with this like darker pink border around it, with the same with the butterfly. On both sides we've got this the Katy Perry double cat logo with some flowers, and on the back it says Ode to Spring Royalty, which I love that they added a new tagline for this fragrance. So, when the first time I saw this, I just saw the box, and I didn't see the bottle, I didn't get to see anything else, and my biggest fear with this was that it was going to be so similar to Oh So Sheer, and that it was in the color-wise. And I will say that they are quite similar, as you can see. Spring Rain, or Oh So Sheer, is more purple. Obviously, it is a deep, or it's a very bright purple color, and the cap is a just regular gold. While on Spring Rain, we've got this pale pink, almost clear liquid with a rose gold cap, which is really cool because I haven't done a rose gold cap yet. Love this fragrance. I love how springy it is. The name Spring Rain couldn't be any more fitting for this. So the notes for this fragrance, top notes are pink freesia, violet petals, and cassis buds. Wow, cannot talk tonight. Middle notes are natural Davana, gardenia, and mayflower rose, with base notes of cedar, wood oil, and cashmerean. And those are directly from Katy Perry Fragrance's website and from Coty themselves. So, I will tell you guys that the cool thing about this fragrance is it has that natural Davana oil in it, which Davana oil is, it's kind of got like a green smell to it, but the actual substance of the fragrance of Davana smells completely different on everybody. It's got, it mixes with your pheromones and kind of changes on everybody. So what it smells like on me is not what it's going to smell like completely on you. It could be a little bit different. It could make something else pop out a little bit more on you, which is cool because a lot of people don't like certain fragrances because a certain note on them will go sour, and I feel like with that Davana oil in there, it adds this greenness to it, but lets the fragrance kind of work with your body chemistry and work with what it wants to do. So, let me tell you guys how this smells. So when you first spray it, I get kind of a pop of that violet note. The cassis bud is a little bit there, but I really think the most prominent note in that top is the violets and the pink freesia. The pink freesia kind of adds this warmth to the fragrance to the top, but it also kind of adds an airiness to it. The violet kind of, with it being violet petals, it's going to be a little bit of a lighter violet than it's just being a straight violet. As it dries down, I think the rose is quite noticeable in this fragrance. It's not like an extremely rosy fragrance, but I feel like the gardenia works really well with the rose and kind of adds this light floral airiness to the fragrance. But it's very airy. I'm going to alliterate this very much. That this fragrance is very, very, very airy. It's almost like you're just standing in a garden and like a breeze of like floral comes past you, and that's what you get. So it's kind of like that really airy, warm spring day with the flowers just kind of blowing by. That's what you get with this fragrance. As you dry down, I feel like the cashmerean adds the base. It adds that warmth to the base. It adds a kind of that warmth you're getting throughout the whole entire fragrance. The cedarwood oil does add that little bit of a woodiness to it. And with it being the oil, it's a little stronger of a wood, but it's not a woody fragrance. It's still a very warm, airy fragrance throughout. With it having those two oils under the Davana oil and the cedarwood oil, I will tell you that personally on me this fragrance lasts forever. Before I finally did purchase it, as I was, you know, my sister told me if I helped her move, she would buy this fragrance for me, which I loved because I had no idea how I was going to get this fragrance for you guys. But anyway, so when my Ulta finally got a bottle of this in, I went in and tested it twice. The first time I tested it, it lasted about 6 hours, and then I went to bed and woke up and I couldn't smell it anymore. But the second time I sprayed it, I could still smell it. 16 to 18 hours later, I could still smell this fragrance. It was very light when I could still smell it, but I could still smell this fragrance. People have compared this fragrance to some other things, such as Daisy Oh So Fresh, or Daisy Oh So Fresh, and some other just floral fragrances. And I don't think this fragrance smells so much like Daisy, because Daisy really has that kind of strong Daisy note to it. This one I feel like the daisy note, it's been taken over with the rose, and that's where you can kind of get the similarities. But I really, really like this one a lot. I will tell you guys, I was definitely nervous on this because florals are always a hit or miss with me. But this one is definitely a hit. I love this fragrance. I can see myself going through a whole entire 30 ml of this bottle if I'm not careful. But this time, the one thing I did forget to show you guys is it is white on the inside this time, except for it's almost got like a pale pink to it. But I really want you guys to see the details of this rose gold cap because I am obsessed with this rose gold. It is beautiful, and I want to show you comparisons because look how, like, in the promo pictures and some other pictures I've seen, it's really, really hard to tell how similar they are or how different they are. And I love this rose gold. I love when fragrances do rose gold because it kind of adds this extra elegance to the fragrance and adds this extra classiness to the fragrance. And it, just to the bottle, simply, obviously a rose gold cap is not going to make the fragrance smell any different. But I definitely like this color on the Killer Queen bottles. I actually did make an edit a while back with a rose gold cap for a Killer Queen bottle. So it was really cool to see how they finally pulled in a rose gold color to this. I can't wait to see if they do any more to the Killer Queen line. I feel like the Killer Queen line could go so much farther. I would love for them to do something similar to Spring Rain, with it being kind of like a rain kind of smell, kind of get that like the thunderstorm kind of scent to it. Sorry. This I feel like could be a really good thunderstorm fragrance, but it's definitely that airy springtimey fragrance that will last. And on age range, I would say it would be a good. I don't think this is going to be a younger person's fragrance. This fragrance is definitely for, I'd say, mid-20s, and it could go all the way up as old as you want to go with this. But I definitely think if you're under your mid-20s and you want this to be your signature scent, you're going to have a little bit more of a mature palette, because this definitely is a floral scent, but it's not like a sickening white floral like some fragrances that make it super old. This is definitely a young, fresh, fun take on a mature female's floral. And this is almost like a mid-20s daughter could be, you know, transferring herself to her mother's florals. But this is definitely not my mother's or my grandmother's floral. This would definitely be my generations of a floral. And I would love to say that this is the first time that Katy has officially done a floral. She's done an oriental, she's done, you know, some vanillas and some similar stuff to that, but she's never done a strictly floral. And I love that she did a floral with this, because this just shows that Katy truly can do a floral and knock it out of the park. Sorry I'm yawning so much, guys. Anyway, so finally got me my Spring Rain. Definitely I will be telling you guys that more reviews will be coming. Haven't been 100% sure on what's next for me to review. How about you guys? Now there's some fragrances I don't have right now. I don't have Rye Sheer yet. I don't have some other fragrances. But out of stuff you guys have seen in my recent collection video, or some other stuff, what would you guys like to see reviewed? I do have some other things coming up that I would like to review for you guys, but those will be coming. But out of my collection video, sorry, what would you guys like for me to review? Let me know down in the comment section below. Sorry that it took so long for me to review this fragrance, but finally I got it for you guys to review. Hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter, @Perfume, and Instagram, I'm on the Stars Perfume. Hit that button down below, subscribe if you want to stay updated with all my future reviews. Lots coming in the future, I promise, and I hope you guys are very happy that I finally reviewed this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.